Headphones are one of my most favorite piece of tech, and as someone who has invested in lots of popular headphones within my budget, I always get disappointed. It's either a durability issue, audio quality, or just design aesthetics. I stopped using headphones in general and stuck with earbuds until finally I got the chance to use the Nothing Headphone 1. Basically everything I wanted in a headphone and more.
Right now, been thinking about what it taking next. Wanna run it by you, send a text, I know it's late. Every time I shoot that shot, know I net it. I ain't stressing, I ain't worried about the pressure. It ain't nothing, I've been vetted. This testosterone in your section, know you ready. Let me lock it in, I bet you never regret it. I can show you.
Alright, so first off, I would like to appreciate the packaging of this device. It's very unique in its own way, and you could already tell that this is a premium product. The box includes the user guide with a USB-C cable for charging and a 3.5mm audio cable for wired connection. Now the headphone itself is neatly packed in this compact pouch, which will be great for storage, especially when traveling. So this is the Nothing over-the-ear noise cancellation headphone, a very uniquely designed headphone that stands out from all the famous ones we have seen and heard about. I am actually a huge fan of this design. I believe it comes in both black and white color, but I actually prefer this white one. And what makes this stand out is its iconic transparent look. Now I'm not going to lie, seeing this online and from other videos, to me it looks like another flashy headphone, but having it in person, it looks clean and minimal while still standing out. If you're a fan of the channel, you know how much I love minimal design aesthetics. It's crazy how Nothing has managed to maintain a neat look while showing some high-catching body components, like some text behind the transparent aesthetics, a red dot, and a few visible details that still don't look too flashy. I personally like it. I think it's good branding and it matches my style. Now, one of my deal breakers for over-the-ear headphones is durability. The Nothing Headphone 1 is primarily made of aluminum frame mixed with plastic and feels steady and firm whilst feeling light and comfortable to wear for long hours. You can extend and adjust the headband by sliding the arm, freely put it on without the fear of damaging the handle. They are very flexible and should fit any head size. And there is a little to no pressure on the head when you have this on. The ear cup have nice cushion that feels soft and fits the ear properly. Alright, so obviously the most important reason to consider an over-the-ear headphones is the sound quality and usability. The Nothing Headphone 1 has a couple function buttons that are actually practical to use in the real world. First is this top button, which is also a slider, kind of like the scroll wheel you would see on your mouse, and it is used to adjust the volume. It's actually a very easy and accessible way to tune the volume up and down. You can also press it to toggle pause and play, and hold it down to switch between transparency mode and noise cancellation mode. And by the way, you should hear a sigh sound when switched. Now below that is a paddle button to move between the next and previous track, and apparently you can hold it down to fast forward or rewind a play in certain supported apps. On the bottom of the right headphone is where you have the on and off switch, the USB-C port, and the 3.5mm headphone jack. Then on the top right side is a customizable button that defaults to voice assistant like Siri and Google Assistant on Android, but you can customize it to your preference in the Nothing X app. And there is also a small button next to the ear cup for Bluetooth pairing. I think these buttons make a lot of sense and are very easy to use and access compared to headphones with touch control. And finally, the power switch helps reserve battery for when not in use, which makes this the best option when it comes to ease of use. Now, as for the sound quality, when you put this on, the ear cup fully isolates the surrounding sound of your environment even without ANC on. Then when you turn the active noise cancellation on, it fully cancels every background noise of your surrounding. Using this in the gym or public space with lots of noise in the background when you need to focus should be ideal. I'll be traveling with this from now on, and it should be perfect for isolating flight engine noise. As for the transparency mode, it's okay but not just that comfortable when having a conversation with someone. I would say take them off if you really need to have those conversations. I usually just put them around my head like this. Now the sound quality itself is actually quite impressive. It's powered with sound by KEF, which is primarily an audio products company, and apparently they make crazy high quality audio devices. As for my experience, the audio quality is actually clear and balanced with good bass and plenty of range without sound distortion at high volumes. Not necessarily the craziest sound I've heard, but it's very audible with that isolated focus feeling. It has spatial audio for surrounding noise, and you can even dial into the custom sound EQ on the Nothing X app if you like, and that's if you're an audio enthusiast of course. But I personally just like how it sounds by default. Alright, so the craziest thing to me is that this has up to 80 hours of playtime with ANC off, and up to 35 hours with ANC on. This means you can go for more than a week quick without charging the Nothing Headphone 1, which is wild, and with just 5 minutes of charge, you can get up to 5 hours of usage. Look, for a $300 headphone, I think the Nothing Headphone 1 is a solid pickup. It's literally everything you should expect from a perfect headphone, made with a solid and durable build, looks minimal and clean while standing out from other headphones on the market, and its control buttons are more practical for a real use case. Nothing is currently running a Black Friday deal for 20% off, so you could get these for $239 right now. I would leave a link to the Nothing Headphone 1 in the description down below, so make sure you check it out. And a huge thanks to Nothing for making this video possible.